Hey everybody, Tony DiPaolo here. So today I'm going to do a weekly update on what Titan did for the week, go over a few things. This is for everybody. Now, whether you have been a customer of Titan like me for, a month or so, or whether you're just looking at getting involved, or maybe you just signed up a week or two ago. I want you all to watch this. Important information here. And I have some exciting stuff moving forward as well. That'll be coming up in the very near future for you guys. You guys will be very fortunate to be on this page and hear about it first. Okay, so now this past week, nothing new as far as see, we've had phenomenal weeks, and for those of you that have been in for like a month, like myself, we know these. We were very spoiled. I think 2 weeks ago I got like 24% on my account, 13%, 18.5%. All in the past month. Pretty crazy profits. Now, obviously, past profits are no indicator of future results. Anything can happen in the markets, okay? And this past week kind of proved that. But here's the thing: it was it was expected. It was expected. Anytime you have, it goes through cycles, okay? Winning streaks, losing streaks. So a lot of the times it's a matter of timing. When did you get involved? Did you come in during a winning streak? Or did you come in, when it's just kind of, hovering, not making much profit, but not losing anything? Or did you come in during losing streak? Those of you that came in last week, and this last week, was your first week, unfortunately you came in during a losing week. It's going to happen. It's going to happen over and over and over. That's the cycle of trading, okay? Just look at it as your initiation, okay? Like your hazing you have to go through, right? It's going to toughen you up, for, the future, okay? And I mean, honestly, like I've been trading for a long time. Even with very high probability strategies I've used where they hit like 90% wins, I would still lose, 6 or 7 trades in a row. And I would just think, man, what am I doing wrong? So it happens. Now we have the whole, pandemic thing going on with the coronavirus and all that. Yes, that's obviously going to have an effect on the markets. It's making it extra volatile. The nice thing with Titan is it does learn from it and adjust, and it employs over 100 different strategies that it has. That's why it's such a big file. In fact, they had to recently update the VPS and make it a bigger RAM, because the file, they couldn't believe the file was so huge for an EA. And that just goes to show they put a lot of money and time into creating this software, okay? But one thing I want to show you guys is, so it's kind of in the cycle of when you join, okay? If you're not in this for the long haul, you shouldn't be doing it anyways. If you're going to have that lottery mindset, or thinking, you start looking at the next shiny object. Well, this software over here did this much. It doesn't matter what it did last week. What did it do over the past, 3 years of testing? What was the highest drawdown? There's a lot of factors that come into play when looking at AI, and a lot of them claim that they're AI, and they're not, okay? This one is truly thinking for itself and making adjustments. I actually watched it even during these losing streaks. A lot of people were blowing their accounts this past week. This, with any other software, I'm telling you from experience, with any other software this past week, I could have possibly blown my account, and it's happened in the past. And here, just to be down, and literally, what I'm down this week, the previous week I pretty much made the same amount, profit-wise, percentage of profit-wise, okay? So, and it's starting to turn. In fact, at the end of the week, a lot of people were turning their software off. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to ride it out, because what happens is you start winning again and you have your software turned off. Well, it's nobody's fault, but your own if you're not Now, that's fine if that's what you want to do, but you have to understand, and you have to have that patience and know that it might just turn really fast, and you might win 10 straight wins in a row. Lose out on 10 straight wins in a row, and you're jumping on the wagon a little bit late. It's going to take you a little longer to recover, okay? Or if you reduce your risk, that's fine. But again, it's going to take you longer to recover. I was going to reduce my risk. I ended up saying, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. The only thing I did is I reduced the amount of maximum trades being open at one time. I think I reduced that to 5. I believe I still have it at 5, and then I'll bring that back up. It's looking like it might be turning, okay, but who knows? Maybe this next week it might still be struggling. It's hard to say, but you just got to hang in there and know that this is a long term. This is a sprint. Not a sprint, sorry. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. And, as I say, the cliche, survival of the fittest, okay? But I want to show you guys, okay? This is the 3-year back testing. Doesn't matter if you're looking at, the 1%, the point, what risk level, because the trades are the trades. They're the same trades on any setting. So a winning trade is a winning trade, a losing trade is a losing trade, no matter what risk setting you have. The only difference is the amount of risk, the size of the trade, okay? But I'm going to show you here. And this, you guys, what's funny is this is right when they started. This is this year, 2020, back in January, okay? The beginning of January. Now you can see it's trucking along. Everything's going fine. Now, you guys, just to let you know, you need 2 wins. Oh, and this is the other thing, guys. Some people are saying, well, I don't like when you lose, $10. When you win a trade, you're only winning $5. Yes, that's trading, okay? There's a lot of different strategies. I've been, like I said before, I've been with strategies where you needed to win 88, 89% to break even, okay? This one, you just need to hit 66%. 66%, you break even. For every loss, you need 2 wins to break even. This is Forex. There's big movements in the market. You need breathing room. A lot of times the trades will go against you and then they turn and come back in your favor, where if you had a 1-to-1 ratio, you'd be basically flipping a coin. You'd only be winning maybe 52% of the time, and you're breaking even. And we're not here to break even. We're here to make money, right? So there's a strategy behind it. Everybody seems to be an expert. When they're losing, they're going back and saying, well, I wouldn't have taken that trade. Why did the software take the trade? No, if that's the case, why don't you do that? Or if that's the case, just go against whatever the software is doing and make $1 million, right? Just if it puts in a buy, you put in a sell. It's not that easy, guys. It's always easy to, hindsight's 20/20, to go back and say, why did it do this? Why did it do that? That's trading, okay? It happens to the best of us, no matter whether it's software or a manual, human being, professional trader doing it. Take it from me. Okay, so I want to show you, okay, it's trucking along, everything's great, very profitable, and then all of a sudden, it starts, still going okay. You start seeing a few little losses, no big deal. And then I want to show you something. This past week, in fact, I think, the most trades was like 10 or 11. I think we had like 10 or 11 trades that lost in a row. I want to show you, and here it starts taking some losses, and you get a few wins. And this, I'm going backwards because I'm actually going forward in time. This is, you could see here, this is January 7th. We started on January 2nd. So this is going in chronological order of how it would actually happen in your account had you been trading. Okay, look at this. This is crazy. So now all of a sudden it starts going into a losing streak. Let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16 straight losses in a row. Okay, 16 straight losses in a row. And let me go here to 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 straight losses in a row. I mean, that is crazy. Had you quit right there, you would have taken a loss. What if you started right at the beginning of that? Then you would have taken a loss, and a big loss on your account. And here it starts to win, and then look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Comes back to back, all these winning trades. Starting to look back. Look at this, a whole page here of winning trades. This is trading, okay? We're losing streaks, and it's very streaky. And then there's times where it's just up and down, up and down. You have to go through the whole thing. Look at the end results. You guys have probably seen this already. This is available. This is the 3-year back testing of this actual software, starting 3 years ago on a $1,000 account. I mean, this is absolutely crazy, the percentage here. 14.8 million% from day one. Have you just let it ride? Just don't look at your account. And this is not turning it off. This is not reducing any of the settings. Not reducing the risk setting, not reducing the amount of open trades. None of that. Just letting it run nonstop. Keeping trades open over the weekends. Just literally just set it and forget it. You open your account 3 years later. Look at your balance. Was that $14 million or $148 million? It doesn't matter. It's literally turning $1,000 into $10 million. And in fact, it would be higher than this, but it maxed out the trades at 1,000 lots because most brokers won't even let you do 1,000 lots on a trade. At that point, on 1,000 lots, you're making $10,000 per pip, basically like $80,000 per trade. Absolutely crazy. Most brokers will top out around 1 to 200 pips. So this is not going to happen, guys, okay, unless you had, 10 different accounts. So that way you can get to that high of a lot size, okay? But still, what if it's a tenth of this, right? It's still $14 million or $1.4 million. I think that would still be $14.8 million. So just want to show you guys, it's expected, and it's different when you're living it live. You can look at this back testing and say, wow, this is great, amazing. And then all of a sudden you get in, and when you're living it and you're living through watching it happen, these losses, your emotions get to you. This is what separates the men from the boys. I hate to say it, but really, you have to put the emotions aside. Even though this is software, I had somebody say to me, it takes the emotion out of it. It really doesn't, because you're still going to be looking at your account, and it's real money. Right? It's messing with your money. It's going to mess with your emotions. Okay. Me, I know I'm just going to let it do its thing. I trust the software, and that's that. Okay. So, it just depends on when you came in. You guys stick with it. Feel free to reach out to me. Ask me what my settings are or anything like that. But I'm pretty much going into the next week, keeping my risk on aggressive at 1%, because when it starts to recoup, if and when it's this next week or 2-3 weeks from now, it doesn't matter to me. I'm here for the long term, okay? So I went over the ratios, a couple things I want to make sure I touch on with you guys before I tell you the good news too moving forward. But yeah, and then the other thing is you need a big number of samples. So if you look here, the longs, which are the buys, 73%, the shorts, which are the sells, 75%. Over a 3-year period, it averaged 73 and 75%. So let's just do the median there, which would be 74%. So this thing averaged 74% win ratio over 3 years, and look what it made you. All it needs is 66%. Remember that, 66% to break even. So you guys, if you're looking at your win ratio on your chart, on your MT4 chart, in the upper left corner, you'll see win rate. If you just came in this past week, it's going to be real low, maybe 40% or something like that. You need to have at least 250 to 300 plus trades under your belt to really get a reading of how it's doing. In fact, to be honest with you, I want to say 500 trades to really have a big enough sample to say, okay, this thing's hitting 66%. All right. Now, and it's going to start off, if it's starting off lower, as we get out and you start recovering, you'll notice that win rate start to go up and up and up and up and up gradually. When I started, I was hitting like 89%. The first week, like 84, 5%. It was still around like in the high 80s or mid 80s before we hit this past week. So I was way ahead of the game. I was on, let's just say I was on borrowed time, right? Borrowed losses or borrowed wins would be the correct way to say. I was on borrowed wins. I had way more wins than I should have had according to the statistics. Okay, guys. Another thing I want to mention, let this sink in. You don't take a loss unless you cash out. Okay? It's just numbers on a screen. Let it go through its cycles. If you cash out at a loss, that's because you cashed out. If you don't cash out and you let it ride, it'll come back. Next thing you know, you're at break even, then you're in profit. It's like it never happened. And once you go through this, it's good you experience this in the beginning for those of you that did just start. Once you go through this in the beginning, it's going to toughen you up. It's going to toughen you up so the next time you say, this is nothing, or hey, this is, I've been through this before. No big deal. We came out ahead. Okay. And then the other thing is risk capital. You guys make sure you're using risk capital so it won't mess with your emotions as much. I say as much because even if it is, expendable money, of course it's going to mess with your emotions a little bit because it is real money. And we have expectations. We were here to make money, and it kind of, sets you back like, oh man, now I got to make up this before I get into profit. Just be patient. Be patient, guys, okay? So yeah, so you need a big enough sample rate. Once you got 500 trades under your belt, you should see those numbers start averaging out, most likely over 66%. Like with me, I've been in for 4 or 5 weeks now, so mine is actually right around overall right around 74, 73%. Now, I can't give an exact number because I switched accounts this past week. I was doing my own personal trading. I'm going to get into that in a second here. That's the good news moving forward. I was doing my own personal trading in the same account, so it was kind of like all commingled there. The money was commingled and confusing what was from the software, which trades were on my own. It's just hard to show you guys. So I designated the software to a specific account, hooked it up on a brand new account, and by doing that, it started the chart, if you will, all over again. So those of you that started this past week and had a losing week, I'm with you. My chart's going to look the same as yours. I'm, like 40-some% wins. That's what my chart says because it started it all over. But I only have like 60 trades or something like that, whatever it is, 60, 70 trades. So I'm not even sweating it because it's nowhere near what I need for a big enough sample. And plus I've been in, I have my previous week's results too. But okay, so guys, hopefully that makes sense for you. Moving forward, exciting stuff. Now I do my own manual trading as well. I have a certain strategy I've been perfecting, more than one strategy, and I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm trading on a live account, just small amounts. But I don't like to do demo accounts. Because there is a little bit of difference. A lot of people won't tell you that, but a lot of times you'll have a little bit more slippage because you're not actually getting in and out of the market. Nobody has to fill that order, so therefore it's instant market execution, instant execution on the trades. So, it's not a big difference, but it'll make an extra pip or two difference in the trade. So I like to, even when I'm testing, I go live, I just use smaller amounts. I just do micro lot. I just risk a lot lower amount. So I'm still testing, but it's looking very, very good. In fact, almost too good to be true, but not surprising that it's being very consistent. I was back testing and now I'm testing it live. A couple more weeks to go. And I'm going to have an offer for you guys. So those of you that are on this page, that's why it's called Automatic Trading Profits, because it's not going to just be for Titan, even though it has been recently. In the future, I'm going to offer most likely a course where those of you that want to trade manually as well. Now you can trade on your Titan account. So you can, you'll be able to trade on your Titan account if you want to, or you could use a separate account like I'm doing. The main reason I'm doing it is so that way I can show you guys, true numbers of what Titan's doing and then of course what my personal trading is doing. But we are going to, I say we because my business partner and I offer a course where you can learn in a pretty simple, strategy. If you're a newbie, you'll be able to catch on pretty quick. If you're not new to trading, you're going to laugh at how simple it is and yet how effective this trading strategy is. Now, for those of you that don't have time to do it or don't want to learn, or you want to earn while you learn, if you will, we are going to also offer we're not sure if we're going to do like a manage like a PAM account or a copy service where you would just simply connect your account to our master account, and then whatever trades we take, it'll take the same trades on your account. The bottom line is it'll be very similar to Titan where it'll trade for you, but there will be no software involved. So it's a great way to diversify. Don't use it as opposed to Titan. I mean, I'm still going to be running my Titan. In fact, I'm going to keep adding to my Titan account. Once we're back on this winning streak, I'm going to add money to the Titan account, and just to help recover that much faster and get into even higher profits that much faster. So it's something to diversify into because it will be manual trading, a couple of different strategies, and even better than that, since it's my business partner and I, and she's on the other side of the world, of the globe, there will be a certain time that she's trading and a certain time of day where she's sleeping and I'm trading. So you guys, you're getting like a twofer here, okay? So even if you do your own trading, you couldn't possibly put in the hours that we'll be putting in on this account because it's, two of us trading the account. Okay, so exciting stuff. There's going to be no subscription costs or anything like that. It'll just be like a percentage of profits. So like whenever at the end of each month, if there's, whatever your profit is, if you don't profit, you don't pay anything. It'll just come out of it'll be like a performance fee. We don't know the percent yet. We don't even know the minimum or anything like that, or if there'll be a minimum. We don't know any of that yet, but stay tuned, guys. Very exciting. I'm not going to give you numbers as far as what to expect profit-wise. Let's just say that if it wasn't worth your while, we definitely would not be doing it. In fact, what I've been doing so far is just absolutely just astonishing. As far as the returns that I've been getting are just truly amazing, but I still want to keep testing it for a couple more weeks, few more weeks, to have, again, similar with Titan, right? A big enough sample, hundreds of trades under my belt, so I can say, all right, let's bring this out, and do this. So you guys, the coming weeks, look for updates regarding that. Try not to reach out to me and ask too many questions now. I'm not gonna, I just want to throw a little teaser out there to you. You guys, if you're looking at getting involved with Titan, just setting up your account. If you're not sure about the markets and everything, maybe just don't go as aggressive. Start with the 0.5 setting or even a 0.25 setting, until you see that you're getting consistent profits, and then kind of, ramp it up from there. If you've been in and you've been at, say, the aggressive like me at 1%, then you could reduce it or just stay at the 1% and ride it out. Just don't let the emotions get to you, guys. Seriously. You can even just don't look at your account. Just look at it at the end of each week. Because what you need to understand, and you might have noticed this, is as you're losing trades, it'll start lowering your risk. The lot size, you'll look at the lot size. It'll go from a 0.05 or whatever it is, depending on the size of your account, to a 0.04. Then if it keeps losing, it'll go to a 0.03. Okay? So as you're losing, it reduces the risk. It does not increase the risk, where a lot of software does the opposite, and that's why you'll blow your account. I don't care what results they're advertising. Okay? They work until they don't. Okay, that's the bottom line. They're very aggressive and very dangerous. This one is not. Each trade is individual of itself. It doesn't keep chasing losses and increasing lot size. It's actually the opposite. And then when it's winning, it'll increase the lot size and exponentially compound your account, thus getting you into profit, back into profit that much faster. So you guys hang in there. If I'm your sponsor, have questions, by all means, come to me. And good things moving forward. You're going to have some good opportunity to diversify. And that's about it, guys, till the next update. Today's Saturday, and you guys stay safe out there. The whole world is going crazy right now with this virus thing. I have my own opinions about all this, but I'm in Las Vegas. They're shutting all kinds of like all the nightlife industry shutting down right now. Tons of shows are shutting down. It's crazy. I even heard that the Wynn has some kind of cameras, like a heat detection cameras, that's non-invasively checking people out walking through the casino to see if they may have a fever or something like that. Just absolutely ridiculous. Crazy, guys. But crazy times, but you guys, there's still money to be made, okay? And this strategy has been just crushing it even this past week. This manual strategy that I'm looking at in these volatile times is still crushing it. So looking really good there, guys. But okay, you guys, like I said, stay safe out there, and happy trading to all of us. And we will see you on the next update. Take care.